This is the base I've been doing lately. Perfect if you have really dry skin and need to use very thin layers of makeup. I've been skin prepping every single time with the Merit Great Skin. One of those products I know that you've seen for a long time. It is worth the hype. I first just squeeze a little pump into my hand and then I apply it to my face. This is a very glowy product. As someone who has very dry skin, this is extremely hydrating, but I love how lightweight it is. Next, I take a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Water Cream. And I just place that where I'm really dry. So usually that's around my mouth, my nose, and a bit between my eyebrows, and just kind of press that in. I've like recently rediscovered underpainting and it's my favorite thing for flawless base. I'll take that on my forehead and really carve out my cheekbones, take it on the side of my nose a little bit. What underpainting does and why it's so good for a really natural base, you're beginning to add dimension to your skin in a really thin layer. You're avoiding using an excess of product. So when you go in with your foundation, then the bronzer and everything, you only have to use a little bit because you already have a solid base of color. And so with the underpainting, I'm gonna take my under eye color corrector. This one is from Catrice. I love this one and I think it's only like $6 from the drugstore or something, but it's so good. So I just like taking it under my eyes where I have crazy dark circles and anywhere I have a little bit more redness. So again, around like my nose and my mouth. Now we get into foundation. I cannot stop using this. I feel like I graduated this from special occasion makeup to literally every single day I'm using it. And I solely use it with this Hourglass double-ended brush. I'll take it on this little fluffy side, pick up some product, and I start at the lower half of my face. I can really like spread out the product here and not overload because I don't have fine lines there. But the closer I get to my sensitive areas, I'm really trying to diffuse that product out. It doesn't take much for this product to start like making you look flawless, so you don't have to use a lot. And then last for concealer, I've been using this MAC Studio Radiance. I love it. I'll take it on the back of my hand first, pick it up with my brush, start lower on my face, gradually blend the product going up to my under eye, just because we have a lot of those little fine lines there, so I don't want to overload it. A very delicate, like wherever you need it kind of method. Also take it on my chin and whatever's left over on the brush. Okay, I'm so dry here, so sometimes I just leave it bare, and then other times whatever's left over, like barely anything on this brush, I'll take it over that. If I'm feeling more like fancy and I want to really contour, I'll do a little bit here. This is going to help cut your cheekbone to make it look like. Okay, those are the liquids. I'm going to set my face now with powder. This is definitely one of my favorite loose setting powders. And lately what I've been doing is taking it on this Mario F2 brush, really getting off the excess, and I'm just going to lightly dust the perimeter of my face. I do feel like this really makes a difference with helping the bronzer stick to something and last longer. Final step, I get a little powder puff, tap off the excess, and this is what's going to carve out my nose and really press it into my eye just to make sure that looks perfect and flawless. Anywhere I have excessive shininess, that's usually just my T-zone. That's it for my base routine. I feel like once you get into bronzer and blush, that's more personalized. Okay, very my skin but better base that I love. Bye.